All right, you ready? You got your word?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Screwdriver. Okay, you got your next word? Based off those two? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Drink.
Earthworm.
Okay. You got your next word?
Uh,
All right. 3, 2, 1. Water. Did you say pelicans?
yeah. That's what we're getting.
You went from earthworm to...
Are we participating? Like, do you want to hear my reasoning? Are we done? Is that it?
No, we're not done. We're going to get this right. Okay, what did I even say? Water, pelicans?
You're more worried about what I'm saying than what you're saying. You're just
No,
saying it make no sense. You went screwdriver drink? Based off my cloud? You're just thinking for yourself.
Clouds produce agua. Screwdriver's a drink. Come on now. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
South Africa.
Anthony Davis.
This is Tailgate Talk. Grab yourself a folding chair and a nice cold Life cider, because we've got sports talk fresh off the grill. Hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, and produced by Jaywalk. Let's get this tailgate started right now!
Welcome on into Tailgate Talk, where the 300 gymnastics hot dogs are warm and the relight is cold. I'm DB Cooper. Alongside me, Itty Bitty Ute. On the ones and twos, Jaywalk.
Wait. Oh.
Shit. Matchup.
Yeah, man. Wait.
Wonderful weekend. I'm trying to recover myself. I feel like a little bit of heat stroke, maybe. But that means we had a good time. Anybody, why don't you kick us off? What happened this weekend? A little recap. Can you give us a little weekend recap?
Absolutely. We threw the biggest, the largest tailgate, gymnastics tailgate, west of the Mississippi. Jesus Christ, are you thirsty? Holy shit. God, dude. Looked like a baby giraffe sucking on the nipple there. I lost the train of thought, dude. Anyways, yeah, we threw a great tailgate Saturday. For gymnastics, the University of Utah asked the three biggest party planning people to throw a tailgate for the gymnastics, and that is myself, DB, and Jaywalk. And we had a great time. I have the nastiest burn and suntan line on my ankles. It's a great.
I didn't get my legs, but my arms and face are fried. Interest to those in the Founders Club. Excuse me. Let's run it back.
Party gobble.
Hey. Interest to those in the Founders Club. It was the Roxy the Trailer's Bon Voyage.
Yeah.
I told at least 100 people that this is the trailer's Bon Voyage when I was then, after an hour, sitting behind the grill going, it's not Bon Voyage. It's I've had it all day. What is it?
Valhalla.
No.
Maiden
Jaywalk?
Voyage.
Maiden Voyage. It was our trailer's Maiden Voyage. No. I was telling a lot of people it was our trailer's Bon Voyage. Hey, I don't know. Our Bon Voyage almost ended before it began. I was eating a Whopper in one hand, fries in the other, on 215
at 9 a.m.
85, 9 a.m. The Whopper was delicious. They got me. The marketing campaign got me on March Madness. And I look behind me, and the trailer is fishtailing, which whipping my car back and forth. And I did not spill the whole Whopper. Half of the Whopper went on my lap. For anyone that noticed any stains on my crotch all day Saturday, that was the Whopper's tomato that I ended up eating fully. Got the trailer back under control, and we cruised right on it. No other issues.
Yeah. I mean, if people saw the stains, they probably just thought you were like had a wind overnight or something before. So, it probably didn't.
Yeah. You never know. It
scared too many people. Yeah.
Jaywalk, how you feeling so far? 6 minutes in.
It's gonna be rough, but I feel great.
Okay.
I feel great. I was a little sick this morning as well. My face is fried, but it was a great weekend. Awesome gymnastics meet. Learned a lot about gymnastics and the athletes and the athletics behind gymnastics. It was a great weekend. I feel great.
Love it. Jaywalk absolutely put in work. If you were anywhere near the tailgate, you definitely met Jaywalk. He's what stirs this drink. I'll tell you that. Probably doesn't get enough love and respect as he should, but he was out there grinding yesterday, handing out flyers, talking about who we are. I think he even made. I don't want to give too much away until we have a contract signed, but I think he made a call to Steven Sales and got a deal done with the new presenting sponsor. But Jaywalk was all over the place.
Love it.
He was all over the place. Wonderful work, Jaywalk. Wonderful work, 80 bitty. I will say there's 90% of March Madness players this year won't put in as much grease, sweat, and tears as we put in yesterday at the tailgate. People don't give tailgaters enough credit. Man, it is hot as balls. You're tearing things up and tearing them down and setting them up, or tearing them up and setting them down. Canopies, chairs, tables. You got grease fires going on. Shaking hands, kissing babies. It's a workout. That sun on that pavement is just so hot.
Yeah,
I don't want to pat ourselves on the back, but we do put in a lot of effort.
No, these players aren't experiencing a fishtail at 9 a.m. with a Whopper in your hands. They're not experiencing that. That's for damn sure.
Now, don't get me wrong, the starting five probably sweats more than we do, but the 12th guy on the bench doesn't. The 12th guy on Florida's bench today did not sweat more than the three of us did yesterday, tailgating, grinding for the people. I did want to give quick shout-outs.
Yes.
All the homies showed up, which was great. Flashback, B-Lovin' Utes, Jay Maxwell.
Abe.
Abe was there right before it started and then left before it really began. I love that effort. That's great effort.
Yeah. Squints Palladors was there.
Yes. Mechanic Morley.
Yes. Love her Mechanic.
Mechanic Morley was there. So shout out to the boys. Also, Alex Markham and Tara Garner showed up. They left with Tailgate Talk shirts.
Yeah.
So you Rivals or something?
Yeah, Rivals. Yeah.
But yeah, what they're doing, you know that they're fans of Tailgate Talk now, which is cool. That's cool. I love that they walked away with some merch. How could you not be fans of Tailgate Talk at this point? Lots of compliments on Chili Dog U, I will say. Lots of people were like, I love that logo. Yeah. Not a lot of people bought them.
No. Yeah, nobody. Yeah. Yeah. So we're down some money. We're down some money.
It's worth it. It's good fun. It's good fun.
Shout out to Merch Mahal for the swag too. So shout out Raj, love you, big dog. I will say who did not come was Glass Half Ute, and he said, "Oh, he's got family stuff up in Idaho," but he was sitting down there in Salt Lake scratching his nuts. So.
Hey, it's a busy time season.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it can't be everywhere all at once.
Love you, Glass.
At this gymnastics tailgate, I had an interaction with a gymnastics fan who said they're all waiting in line for hamburgers, and we had some hot dogs that were done early. And I said, hey, if anyone wants to run over and grab a hot dog, come over, join the tailgate. We got a bunch of people, but someone said, I would rather go to jail than eat a hot dog. In the line for a hamburger, mind you. I just thought that was probably the most wild thing I've ever heard. Then eat a hot dog, go to jail.
That's definitely somebody that's like seen how it's made, the how it's made videos, or they've been to a plant and seen how it's made. You can't do that with a hot dog or chicken nuggets, but both are fucking delicious. So yeah, that person's insane. And they've probably never even thought about stepping foot inside of a jail cell either. They have no idea how bad jail actually is.
Yeah, have you seen that how it's made in jail?
You're going to find out how the hot dogs are made in there.
Shout out DB though on the grill this week. He cooked hundreds of hot dogs. It was crazy.
I love the grill. I was a little disappointed. They did tell me there would be brats there as well. I do love. I mean, at the end of the day, like a hot dog, I love grilling a hot dog, but it is kind of a little bit bland and boring. You're essentially just a hot dog roller. You just roll them. It's nice because it's super easy. But like, I want some variation. I want some flip. I also was thinking that might be the downside of the Blackstone. I do like a little bit of smoke and the flavor of the smoke. I did go to the meet. You had to attend to some family business. All good. Me and Jaywalk made it halfway. I somehow made it the whole time.
Wow.
It was a heat box in there, no AC. It was so hot. And it's the first time I've ever left an arena, and the cool air from the arena was like so refreshing. Or the cold air from outside of the arena was so refreshing. It just felt so good. Jaywalk, I don't know if you have any takeaways. I will say this is my first gymnastics meet. My main takeaway, there were 4 or 5 of the biggest falls I've ever seen in my life. One was our girls. They were all on the bars. We had the bars right in front of us. And one was one of our ladies fell and smacked the back of her head. And she bowed out for the rest of it. And then there were like 4 or 5 others on the bars. And these ladies, they're doing belly flops. They're doing all sorts of just horrendous, like, and you hear it just slap, and it just like takes you back. There were a couple of me and Jaywalk were like, oh my gosh. But these ladies that get back up and they do it again, I'm like, that. I told Jaywalk, it's like when I crash on a wakeboard kind of hard, I'm like, all right, maybe next year I'll try it again. But these girls in front of like thousands of people, like, take the hardest fall you'll ever see. They're like, all right, let's run it back. I'll get it this time. And they nail it. And I'm like, that's some mental fortitude right there. I don't have that.
Yeah. Dude, day 1 at Lake Powell, if you're wakeboarding, you're done for the trip and the year.
See you next year.
Yep. We'll give it another shot.
Jaywalk, any takeaways from the gymnastics meet itself?
Yeah, exactly that, dude. Like, we were watching Avery Neff. She was practicing on the bars, and she had a moment in time where she was transferring bars, and she was completely parallel with the ground, like 7 feet in the air, flying in the air. And her next job is just to grab the bar and swing back. And on the warm-ups, like right before she's about to go, she nails the ground. She misses the bar, doesn't have time to put her hands down and so it was just like a face plant right on the mat. And then she gets up, and then it's like, all right, your turn now. Now it's time to get judged. And then she's like, okay, does a routine and nails it. You know, I think she got a 9.8 on it or whatever, but it's like,
jeez,
just grit. You don't think about grit with gymnastics, but man, that's some gritty play right there.
Absolute badasses, every single one of them. Our Red Rocks, they did win the Big 12 again, like by a full point. It was like I think we were like 197 something, and the next closest was 196 something. Again, I'm a novice for gymnastics, but I believe that's like a 20-30 point win in gymnastics. Like, I think that's pretty sizable. I think. I don't think that we're as good as we usually are. I don't know. We're not Nexus Knows podcast. I'm not going to break it all down. We won a championship. We hoisted trophies. It was great to yell Utah man, sing Utah man. Hats off to Gymnastics ladies. Absolutely insane. I will say one quick thing going back to the tailgate. We witnessed, I'm not going to say names, but we witnessed an interesting conversation early in the day. It was me and Itty Bitty and then two other parties, separate parties. And one of the parties was obviously pro Harlan and the other one was obviously anti Harlan. And it was very interesting to just witness a conversation where they clearly feel very differently on that man's job security at the U and how everyone's feeling up there with what he's doing as an athletic director. How do you feel about, that news kind of dropped on Friday of the whole his email to Witt and upset that he stole players and coaches, but here's the check. How caught up are you on the situation? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's interesting that you always get a handful of people that don't think you're doing a good job, and you have groups that think you're doing really good. But it is very split. It is 50-50 with Harlan. It feels like probably even more so 70-30 anti Harlan. But yeah, with the release of the emails, it looked like it was an image thing on both ends. I think there was some pettiness and stubbornness on Witt's end and Harlan's end, and it just seemed childish to me. It just seems like, hey, we have the future right here. Like, whatever happened, we can move on. But to release these, the day after spring ball starts of our coach of the future, I don't like it.
A little birdie told me that it was going to be released on Thursday, which was our pro day and first day of spring ball, and somebody's like, maybe not. So it's a mess. I've never seen anyone look strong and weak in the same email the way he did. Like, strong that he feels one way about Witt, but also weak because this is paying Witt. Like, best of luck. We're cheering for you, coach. Are you with me or against me? I don't know. It was interesting, I thought. But yeah, I don't know. To your point, I think it's more 70-30. I ran a poll 3 years ago on Twitter. How do you feel about Harlan as an athletic director? And it was overwhelming in favor as far as the fan goes on Twitter. And then I worded it the exact same this last week, and it was overwhelmingly negative just in the course of 3 years. I'll retweet it again this week if anyone wants to see that. But yeah, I think he's suffering. Anything else on that whole drama, or do you want to get into football?
Yeah, one thing that I do love, I think that whole thing, like Drew was saying, is just super petty. But one thing I do love right now is Scally's attitude. It's like, instead of taking this whole, your AD is trying to dig up this thing for his image, it's like, and there's no benefit for the university. But instead of getting caught up in all that, Scally is donating his own money. He's working with the boys. He's just got a nice nose to the stone attitude. It's fun. Players are having fun. They're working hard. And I love that, man. I don't think there's really anything else to think about outside of that. Is who cares what Harlan says or Harlan wants to be viewed as? Scally is just a dog. So I'm just ready for Scally. I don't really care about Harlan at this point.
Yeah. I think when things go right at a school, athletic directors get too much credit, and when things go wrong, they probably get too much credit.
Yeah.
I don't know if athletic directors have that much power. To your point, like Jaywalk, I think Scally has more power with how the University of Utah does as a university than Mark Harlan. Somebody told me that he gets another year extended on his contract if he's still employed by July 1st, I think. Be interesting if they avoid that and maybe look for a new athletic director. Might be interesting. What if I told you that Iowa basketball could be Utah football. Would that make any sense?
Whoa.
It goes in line with what Jay Walks was saying. Scally's attitude, energetic. He's just face down, ready to work. Would that make any sense? Iowa basketball could be Utah football.
It makes sense. I hope it works out that way.
I do too. For anyone that's maybe a little bit confused, if you're not paying attention to March Madness, Iowa just beat Florida, number one seeded Florida, to go to the Sweet 16. First Sweet 16 since 1999. Iowa's not like the most great program of all time, not very high expectations. In 2010, they hired a coach named Fran McCaffrey. In 2010, Fran McCaffrey, got it? So he takes over the job, not like the most prestigious basketball school in the world. He wins a lot of games, but if you remember the dates, 99, he's hired in 2010. He never won 2 games in March Madness. Not one time. But he became this legendary coach because he won a lot of games at a program that traditionally doesn't win a lot of games. Iowa basketball, they're more of a football school. They fired him last year, let him go. Wasn't reaching, even his own expectations. And a lot of people said, careful what you wish for. He won you a lot of games just because he didn't win, NCAA tournament games. He won you a lot of games, and you could go easily back into irrelevancy like you were before him. You should be careful. Maybe you don't want to get rid of him. And then here they are, first year, 1 year in, new coach, takes him to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. Fran McCaffrey didn't do it one time. This dude's 1 for 1. Could that be Morgan Scally?
That's wild. Yeah. Not to add another kind of side story to that, but I see it kind of as TCU with Sonny Dykes.
Ooh.
Right? You had Gary Patterson. I always say Gary Fatterson because of the dude on Twitter. But yeah, he was the longtime coach. I think he won New Year's 6, just like Whit did. And the first year Sonny came in, new life to the program, and they made the playoffs. So I could see that. There's new life to this program, and that's exactly what we need. It feels like we're a little worn out.
Yep. I think it's just a new light is shining, and maybe you pick up some things in the room that you weren't seeing in the previous light. New energy. My first question, if we have anybody in media that's maybe listening to this, can we get this question to Scally? You want to know what I want to know? My first question to him.
What is it?
When's the first time that we're going to see you as head coach chest bump a player on the field, on the playing field during a game?
Where does side bump count?
Chest to chest.
Chest to chesticles.
We can do.
Okay.
We can do a shoulder bump. We can count that off the ground. Both of them off the ground.
Yeah.
When's the first time we're going to see that? Because the more I thought of it, how many times do you see the head coach ever do a chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder bump?
Never
on the field. They're usually not mobile enough, but I think Scally's got it in him, right?
Yeah.
We ever going to see that? Could that fire up the squad?
I think so. Yeah, I think players get after it. I mean, I think Dabo Sweeney's one of the most energetic, pumped up when something good happens, and I think it gets the team going even more. So, I would say so.
Imagine this: about halfway through the stadium or season this year, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember exactly the date, but maybe our first really big home game, 2 ranked teams, 6:00 at night. And we pick off the opposing quarterback for the 3rd time in the 3rd quarter, and the place is bouncing up and down, the camera's shaking, and Scally gets out there and chest bumps John O'Hall into oblivion. Would go. And again, you see assistants do it, but you don't ever see the head coach, head guy do it.
No.
Now, with that picture in mind, can you imagine us going 13-0, playing Texas Tech?
Oh my!
Beating Texas Tech, going to the Fiesta Bowl with a bye in the bag.
With a bye, dude. We're
Evan
favored
here. Bird Ficklin, Wayshawn Parker, Scary Larry, Slick Rick. Oh, Come on, baby.
We're favored in every game. It's not often. I mean, it's what happened 3 times in the last 50 years that we've been favored in every game. So, it's crazy.
I'm excited. I don't know how much you possibly read of Bartle's diagnostics of the first spring practice that they were able to watch on Saturday. They also put out a lot of video on Instagram too. That was like good to see, and like pictures. It's like good to see that we have a team that exists in spring. It's kind of cool. And players are smiling and laughing. That's sweet to see. But a couple things kind of standing out to me. Mind if I go over them real quick? I don't want to dive too deep into. We're 2 days into the spring football. I'm not breaking down X's and O's here, but a couple things.
Okay, yeah, I got one too. So
why don't you
lead us off?
No.
You lead us off, champ.
Me, you, me.
Yeah, I like that. You, me, you.
First thing that stood out to me, I read Steve Bartle's article, just precursor. I didn't see this in a post or a video. I just wanted that as a precursor. I believe he said every contributing cornerback is 6'2" or taller.
Jeez, yeah.
My
height.
Yeah, your height, itty bitty.
My height.
Jaywalk could never. I think back always. My ideal cornerback situation at the University of Utah is 2008 Sean Smith, Bryce McCain. Sean Smith was 6'3", Bryce McCain was 5'10", but probably 5'9", but he ran a 6'2", speedster. That's always my ideal, just because it worked out so well that year. Could I sell you on maybe the last coach? I didn't want to say the old guy. The last coach was more the speedster burner prototype at corner, whereas maybe the current corners coach, which has always loved the tall, lanky guys, was the case how we got Jalen Johnson. Maybe him and Scally are more like, let's just go all length at cornerback. Thoughts? Or does it just happen to be that, like, I don't know, like, how are they all of a sudden, all of them are tall? Usually we have one guy that's tall for that group, but now all of them are tall.
No, I was going to say, I know the old coach had, like, his Bible in terms of every position, height, weight, right? That's why you saw Peppa not playing a whole lot, because the dude was heavier than most D tackles. And he ended up transferring out and going to Washington. I think the only exception was Britton Covey, who was 5'6", and it's just Britton. So, I think...
That Bible has to say, like, cornerbacks 5'10" to, 6'1"?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think Scally threw that double away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking for raw talent.
We've talked about that before, too. That's a great point. I didn't even think of that.
Does the new Bible also require the corners, the right corner and left corner, to both be named Elijah?
Oh.
Jesus.
We got Elijah Reed and Elijah Davis.
Ooh. I like that.
We're going biblical.
Elijah turning the hearts of the fathers into the middle.
We're getting biblical. All right, what was your takeaway?
Music was played the whole time with Scally.
I like that. Wonder what kind. You think it was a Friday playlist type, or you got a little bit of everything?
I don't think it's Cotton Eye Joe. I think it's a little bit of everything. And hey,
you think AC/DC?
No, nope.
So that's not a little bit of everything, then, right? If you got to have some classic rock.
Yeah, I think you'd probably mix one in for someone like Ellis and the older coaches, McGiven. I can see
Thunderstruck can't get you pumped up, even from the hood.
No, I don't think so. I think that was
Come on, bro. That's getting anyone right.
It works for me. It works for me, but I think it's a new generation of players, dude. I could see a little Big X the Plug playing out there.
Hey. For sure. But I think
it's the little things. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the little things, and I think this is gonna make practices more energetic, more fun for the players, and I think that's gonna bring in better recruits. Yeah.
More player focused.
Yeah.
Thought of, like, they can have a say in what they want to do.
Which did you see Witt's quote this week at Michigan? We don't become you, you become us. And that was his thing here, right? And which I still think that's like the Utah way, but I think Scally's putting. You have the wonderful quote, Scally's being Scally rather than Witt being Urban, whatever that was.
Okay, so here again, a media member that maybe is credentialed. We're just spitballing some ideas here. If you're still listening, chances are you're probably not, but if you are, here's one. If the old guy, the last guy was, we don't become you, you become us, that's 100% us, 0% you. Do you think Scally's he's got to be saying it's 50-50? You got to become us a little bit, and we got to become you a little bit.
I would assume so, yeah. That would make sense to me.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's how you adapt. Gotta let them be themselves. Have their own personality.
Yeah. It's like this podcast. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else on spring football? My very last quick one, I already kind of mentioned it. Excited for our wide receiver, Scary Larry. Slick Rick. Oh, it's going to be nice.
You've been a day one Scary Larry guy.
Day one Scary Larry. More because his name's just sick. Scary Larry Simmons is so sick.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Don't get it mistaken. I wasn't grinding the tapes of his Southern Miss highlight film and going, this guy's gonna be legit. No, it's Scary Larry's is a fucking Scary Larry Simmons is a fucking sick name, and then he just happened to like really make me look like a genius at the end of the year there. And apparently he's making me look like even more of a genius this spring ball. Bartle said he's bigger, faster, stronger. And then the one highlight that they posted on Instagram was a Scary Larry reception. I mean, he might be Megatron at this point. we might have got the world's greatest receiver, and we just had to build him up a little bit. No one else had the patience. Ole Miss didn't have the patience. Southern Miss didn't have the patience, but we did. And now Scary Larry. Maybe he's the next Megatron. I'm excited. What if we come out and we throw for 5,000 yards this year and have like 3,000-yard receivers?
Could you imagine?
Everything's just completely different. We just live in a different universe. How fun that would be.
And not only that, but like Merriweather having like 1,000 yards. The guy who we all wrote off and Witt wrote off, but Merriweather comes out and just pops off.
40 receptions, all long balls, streaks. Merriweather, just 80-yard bombs, just dusting everyone. Just our head coach is chest bumping. They're playing rap in the stadium. It's like I think I'd be sitting in my stands going, I died and I'm living in a different universe. Everything's completely different. We start winning in the day and losing at night.
Oh, don't say that.
What if though? What if we just, maybe not losing at night, but what if we started winning during the day? Started winning big college game days.
Yeah. Beating a rival again. That'd be great.
That'd be great. That's what I got for football. Again, we're 2 days in, and we're not an X's and O's podcast, and we haven't seen any X's and O's anyways. We'll have plenty of time to break down more football. March Madness is going on.
Where can the fans go for X's and O's if that's what they want?
I think the best place to go is KSL and follow anything that Bartle writes. I don't know if that's what you had in mind, but that's where I would go.
Yeah. Well, I like Bartle. He's a good dude.
What's that other place, like Ute Rivals or something? Fans. They're all fans. That's the thing. Yeah. I'm not throwing any shade at the media because they're all fans. They all have tailgate talk stuff, and they're fans of us. So
shout out.
And we love our fans. Best fans in the world. We have the best fans in the world. That's the thing. That is the thing. March Madness going on. Big topic of conversation. Let me ask you, is the Cinderella dead?
I think it's more dead than it was, yes. But it's not dead.
Do you everyone's kind of saying it's dead because of NIL, transfer portal. Is that where you're falling as well?
Yeah. I don't think it's dead, but we're going to see less and less moving forward.
But it's not like we ever saw like a lot. Like that's what makes a Cinderella special is because they don't happen very often. And when they do happen, it's not like every Cinderella like goes on a run. It's like one Cinderella, you know, like everyone's kind of acting. I think it's a little bit of a nostalgia thing, like where you think everything in the past is suddenly better. I don't know. Like we have multiple 11 seeds in the
That's
the
true.
Sweet 16. Like what are we talking about?
Yeah,
And then
but
2 years ago, there was the most double digit seeds of all time in the Sweet 16. That was just 2 years ago.
Are you saying, question about that, and so are you saying Texas makes it to the Final Four as an 11 seed? Are they on a Cinderella run? University of Texas.
Well, maybe seeding's hard because I would counter that with saying I think Iowa's more of a Cinderella run than Texas.
Agreed.
Iowa's the 9 seed, knocking off the 1 seed in the second round is more of a Cinderella run than Texas beating a couple mid majors and Gonzaga.
Yeah.
You know, like it's Texas. The mid majors were never going to compete with Texas. Anything else from March Madness sticking out to you that you're liking? I don't know if you want to talk about it. Feel free to tell Jaywalk to cut this out if you want, but I did notice you and the misses are at the bottom of the standings. Do we want to talk about that or no?
Yeah. It's a sensitive topic right now. I think I suck at March Madness. I have never, ever once in my lifetime won a bracket. Work, family, friends. I've been doing this for years. I was a guy that set it up in junior high school, and we did the paper brackets. Shout out Jaywalk, by the way. He predicted George Mason back in the day to make the Sweet 16. And it happened. Well, speaking of Cinderella stories. But
do you remember who won your 2011 bracket?
No, but I remember 7th grade and 8th grade. I remember 7th grade and 8th grade. A guy named Cade won it. And he wasn't the biggest fan of, the people in the bracket group. And the very next year he won it again. I gave it to second place. I couldn't give it to him back-to-back years. So shout out Stanford for taking second place and winning the pot in 8th grade.
Shout out Cade as well for getting fucked. Just so we're clear, I won your 2011 bracket, Kemba Walker. No one saw that one coming. Everyone was on the Jimmer train. Lost Sweet 16, Florida. Not the best player in the nation that year. Kemba Walker was, and I was on the Kemba train. Teach me how to Kemba, and all the way to the national championship. Won the national championship. Won a bracket. So I've won more brackets of yours than you've won of all time.
Yeah.
And you do multiple different brackets. Like you have one bracket as Florida as the winner and one bracket as Arizona. You don't do just one bracket?
Because in situations like this, Florida got bounced. Now I'm all in on the other bracket. Go Arizona.
That is pretty shit. I hate that. I think you can enter into multiple groups. I think you gotta have one bracket.
Jaywalk, thoughts?
I mean, I have come in second place in your bracket tournament twice, and it was because I predicted the winner, but I had fewer points from the overall tournament. One year I lost to Coffee, picking Florida. I had a pretty good bracket, but he had, I think, one more team in the Final Four than I did. I think I had 3 of the 4, and he had 4 of the 4. And that was tough. But yeah, I don't know.
Where do you land on doing more than one bracket with all different outcomes?
I mean, I don't think you could do that in the same tournament. Like maybe if you're in multiple family things, then you could say like, all right, in my mom's side bracket, I've got that bracket and I've entered in that one, but don't put like multiple in that one. I don't know, maybe not, but I would just think if you're in one tournament, you have one bracket for that tournament. That's my thing.
I see what you're saying. I think doing more than one bracket with different outcomes is like, if you win one of them, it's like hitting a hole in one on your provisional.
I disagree on that one.
All right. Well, take it from a guy that does one bracket and is the only one here that's won a bracket.
That is true. That is true. You, before the season, had a prediction, and it was BYU making the Final Four or bust. And they didn't make it.
If I was their athletic director, Brian Santiago, who, by the way, if you've ever sat next to the guy, he stinks. Smelly Santiago.
Jeez.
If I were Smelly Santiago, I would fire Kevin Young yesterday.
Wow.
You can't bring what he brought back from a Sweet 16 team, add a generational, maybe the greatest basketball player of all time, a guy that's going to play in the league 20, 25 years, probably going to go down as a top 10 greatest basketball player of all time. And you added him to a Sweet 16 team plus Rob Wright from Baylor, their best player. And you don't win one game in March Madness. You don't win one game. They didn't in the month of March. Oh, they might have won one. I was going to say, I don't think they won a game on a glass floor in the whole month of March, or on a wooden floor. I think all their wins were on glass floor, which doesn't even count. Like, those don't count. You can't count wins on glass floors. No one's ever done that.
Yeah.
So I think they went the whole month of March. If I was Smelly Santiago, I would fire him tomorrow. We're going to pull this podcast episode up in 5 years when he does get fired, and he's driven that program to the ground because he sucks as a coach, and all he's done is get guys in the NBA. That's all he's done. Feed the NBA, hasn't done anything for BYU. When he gets fired, we're going to pull this back up, and we're going to say DB was smarter than Smelly Santiago. But how do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. You lost, what did they spend, $40 million? $50 million, something like that?
I think 57 is what I heard. Yeah.
$57.5 million. And you lose 10 of 14 games to end the season, and your only win was on glass courts.
Right. So of those four, I think 3 of them were on glass courts, which don't count, right?
Yeah.
So I think they were like 9 of 10 to finish the year on wooden floors, which is what you play on. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
For $47.5 million roster.
Yeah. It's crazy. And look, I'm not as big on AJ as you are, because he took 50 shots and he had 35 points. And it's kind of the Kobe mindset. You know, it's like, hey, Kobe put up 35 points. But yeah, he took 90 shots. And 12 of them were free throws. And so, yeah, I think he's going to translate really well to the NBA. He's going to be better than he was in college in the NBA, and he's only going to get better and better. And I think, to your point, he's going to top 20 NBA player of all time. And it's crazy, but maybe that's what they want. Maybe is that what freaking Ryan Smith and
Provo? So I think that's what they're pushing.
Yeah, that's what Danny Ainge and Ryan Smith want. They don't want March Madness wins. They want people in the NBA to come play for the Jazz.
Yep. Better ratings in the NBA means more money for Ryan Smith. He wants a ROI, return on investment. I saw fans on Twitter, BYU fans, saying it was like a successful season. Just getting AJ to Provo was a success. It's an automatic successful season. Do we just not care about wins anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
hang the banner.
That's all it is.
The banner for DeBounce to come into Provo.
That's it.
What an accomplishment, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. That's a successful season. Incredible.
Yeah. Great job. Incredible. It'll be up there like their bowl losses.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, they'll hang a banner. They'll have a banner night. I wonder when. I'll have to look at their schedule and see if we can plan out when their banner night is going to be next year. Maybe go to it. I'd be lit to see them hang that banner of getting into the field, the participation trophy mindset that they have down there. Utah baseball 7-1 at home at the Chuck. Took 1 of 3 against Cincinnati on the road. We won't dive into that too much, but we got a big one against BYU this week, this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Everyone going to that or what?
I will be late, but I will be there. I have a work dinner I unfortunately have to be at. But yeah, it was one of those things where I just checked my calendar this morning. I was like, oh yeah, that's Tuesday, and it just hit me. The Chuck is supposed to be Tuesday.
Chuck's Tuesday. Jaywalk,
So-
I might have a couple extra tickets if you want to come to the Chuck.
Keep you posted.
Okay, keep me
think,
posted.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested for sure about taking the missus out and dropping the kids off at grandparents.
Hey.
That'd be fun.
It's a great idea.
It's a good time. It is a great time. I think
Speaking
I'll
of
be
the
at
Chuck,
problem.
Speaking of the Chuck, dude, it's picking up momentum as the Chuck. Shout out Father Stu. This is his. We're riding with him on calling it the Chuck. But it's picking up steam. Everybody's been calling it the Chuck. I mean, I saw a dude today tweet about it. Said, I can't wait to get the Chuck. Never seen this guy. And it's being talked about. So
Matthew Jakes is on Twitter. He's the PA announcer for baseball, and he's been calling it the Chuck. So the guy that announces the team and the players is now batting number 25, Cal Miller. That guy, yeah, he calls it the Chuck. It's picking up steam. Everyone's calling it. I love it. It's the perfect nickname. It's the
really
absolute
is.
perfect nickname. Especially, I mean, anyone that we've ever known with that name, Chuck, is just a peach of a human. Everyone we can respect and love, so it's just like it all fits together. It's wonderful. We'll see everyone there on Tuesday for the Holy War. Anything else you want to dive into baseball? I felt like probably not. I feel like that's pretty good, but
yeah, I mean, I think I saw we put up like combined 70-something runs with Cincinnati. Like, every game was double digits.
the social media manager was giving me so much anxiety this weekend because obviously we're at the tailgate. I was doing something Friday and then same thing for Sunday. I wasn't able to watch the games. And so when I can't watch the games, like I rely on Twitter a whole hell of a lot to get like the score updates. And the social media manager, specifically Saturday, puts out, a tweet of a home run and we went up like 10-3 in the fifth. And that was the latest update, and it was like 50 minutes ago, and I go, oh, that's probably not good. That like it hasn't gone final yet, and I don't think we haven't hit any other home runs because they haven't posted anything. But I figure maybe it's like 10-10 or 10, it's a close game wrapping up. I go online and Google Utah baseball score, and the game's final. It's over, and we lost 20-10. Like
17 unanswered runs.
The last update that I got, we were in cruise control and we got 20 bombed on us and lost 20-10. I'm like, what? Social media
That's
manager, like, can we
wild.
get a little bit of love here for those that
Yeah.
need updates on Twitter?
That's
Anxiety.
crazy.
My
17
heart
run
dropped
streak.
so hard. Speaking
Damn.
of which, do we have a score update really quick?
How are little brothers up north do?
They lost.
They keep it tight.
Well, UConn's going to cover. Thank the Lord. It's been a rough day. They lost by 20 or 12.
Hey,
Brothers. Respectable.
yeah, let's go.
Tough day on the betting for the boy. Otherwise, previous 3 stellar days. You have something on that? Or?
No, I do have another question though.
Please.
Buyer's remorse with Kevin Young and letting go Mark Pope. They got to be kicking themselves, right?
They all think that Mark Pope's getting fired.
That's nuts.
They have, again, they're going
That's
to be 5 years
crazy.
too late. Same as Smelly Santiago when they fire him eventually. They're all late down there. They love Kevin Young. He's bringing the NBA guys, things they could never do. Yeah, but they all think Mark Pope's getting fired from Kentucky. I'm like, did they not realize that a new AD's coming into town? Their current AD's retiring in June. So new AD's coming to town in like July. You think he's going to fire the head basketball coach at Kentucky in July and then hopefully find a new guy before the start of the season? And then
No shot.
What are we doing? No.
Yeah.
Mark's got another year at least. So get off his fucking back. I do want to announce our next. We are now season year-round tailgate squad, tailgate scene, official tailgate April 11th softball. What we're doing, this is going to be a little bit different one. I want to put this out now so people can start planning because it's going to be sick. Usually, you got to tailgate 3 to 4 hours before the event. Then you pack up and you go into the event. What we're doing for the softball tailgate, we're tailgating on the other side of the right field fence. So we're just outside the ballpark. Technically, we'll set up like an hour before the game, and then we're going to tailgate the whole entire game and watch the game from right field while tailgating. It's going to be the most electric tailgate we've ever put on, because we're going to be able to be at the tailgate while watching the event. And our softball ladies are dynamite, bro.
They're killing it.
Insane. We've had a pitcher throw a no-hitter. We're led by two true freshmen in Mia Gomez, our first baseman, and founding club member Danny Wilson hitting bombs. She's like 5'7", like 105, and she just drops nukes.
Bombing, dude.
But that's the Founders Club. That's the power of being in the Founders Club. But mark your calendars now. April 11th, Texas Tech in town. They've been a favorite to win the whole thing in softball this year, for those that don't keep up to date. So big games Saturday, noon is the first pitch. So I'll probably, we'll get there 11-ish, start setting up, and then get the grills and everything going probably right at noon. Enjoy it for 2 to 3 hours, and then pack up and Bon Voyage home in our trailer.
Let's go, baby.
I love it. Again, the coach wants us out there. The coach has asked for people to tailgate before in right field, because she wants like the smoke of a tailgate going on and like a party in right field. They do that other places. So we might need to think of a good smoke alternative. Kind of like that feel, like that smell.
Yeah.
Can we trigger something?
Dude,
Quick?
we might have to
burgers?
trigger. That might be the move.
It'll only take an hour.
Yeah. That might be the move. Hey.
Well, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions of what we should do for our September 11th softball tailgate, let us know. Anything else from you, Itty Bitty? I appreciate the shout out, by the way.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. That wraps us up. Episode 47. 47.
Wow.
Tailgate Talk.
Crazy.
Appreciate everyone. Appreciate all the support. It's been a lot of fun. We're just starting. Still in the pilot season. Season 1 hasn't even begun. Lots on the plate to do. We love you guys. As always, go Utes.
Sky Utes!
That's all for this week's Tailgate, episode 47. If you liked what you saw, click the like button. Simple as that. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you never miss another Tailgate. I appreciate everyone I met at the Gymnastics meet and everyone who showed out. It was a great time, and there'll be plenty more events in the future. I can't wait. Any other notes? I don't think there's any other notes. And as always, go Utes.